me up and throw away the key. He knows how to get the best out of me.
Yin had known Jungkook for years. He had been her brother's best friend long before she could even remember. Always around their house, raiding their fridge, crashing on their couch, and laughing at stupid jokes with her brother. He was just Jungkook, annoyingly familiar, effortlessly cool, and someone she had never really paid much attention to. At least, not in that way. Jungkook, you're staring. Yin blinked, snapping out of her daze as she found him looking right at her, one eyebrow quirked up in amusement. Yin, I was not. Jungkook. Right. You were just admiring my existence. She rolled her eyes, shoving a pillow at him. He was impossible. For most of her life, Jungkook had been more of a background presence than anything else. He wasn't exactly overprotective like her brother, but he also wasn't cold or dismissive. He was just there, a familiar figure in her life. Someone who had always treated her like a little sister, even when she wasn't one. But things had been shifting lately. It started small, like the way she noticed how his voice had gotten deeper over the years, or how his jawline had sharpened. The way he would casually ruffle her hair, even though she wasn't a kid anymore. The way he sometimes looked at her longer than necessary before looking away. And then there were the moments when their interactions weren't quite as normal as before. Like now, Jungkook was lounging on her couch, legs stretched out, looking like he belonged there more than she did. His sleeves were rolled up, revealing strong forearms, and his dark hair was tousled like he'd just run his hands through it. Yin, aren't you supposed to be out with my brother? Jungkook, he ditched me for his girlfriend. Yin snorted. Figures, Jungkook smirked. Guess you're stuck with me, princess. Her stomach did a weird flip at the nickname. It wasn't new. He had called her that before, always in a teasing way. But lately, it felt different. Before she could overthink it, her brother's voice called from the other room. Brother. Yin. Jungkook. We're going out. Be back later. And just like that, she was alone with him. An odd silence settled between them. Jungkook. So, what do you do for fun these days? Yin shrugged. Nothing exciting. University, books, sleep. Jungkook. Books, huh? What kind? She hesitated. No way was she telling him about the spicy romance novels she had been devouring lately. Yin. Just fiction. Jungkook smirked like he could see right through her. Jungkook. Fiction, huh? Not the naughty kind. Her face burned. Yin. Why would you know? Just normal books. Jungkook. Sure. His teasing tone made her want to throw something at him. Instead, she huffed and grabbed her phone, pretending to be busy. Jungkook let out a small laugh but didn't push further. Over the next few weeks, things between them continued to shift in ways she couldn't quite explain. It was in the little moments how Jungkook's eyes lingered on her a second too long, how his teasing felt less brotherly and more something else, how her heart reacted when he was close. It was driving her insane. And then came the day everything changed. Jungkook had offered to pick her up from university since her brother was busy. It wasn't weird, he had done it before, but today felt different. Maybe it was the way he leaned against the car when she walked up, arms crossed, looking effortlessly attractive. Or maybe it was just the way her stomach twisted in anticipation, like something was about to happen. Yin. Thanks for picking me up, Jungkook. No problem. Get in. She slid into the passenger seat, tossing her bag onto the floor. The car ride started off normal, music playing softly in the background as Jungkook drove through the city, and then it happened. Her phone automatically connected to the Bluetooth, and the worst possible thing started playing. A deep, husky voice filled the car. His hands roamed down her body, lips tracing the curve of her neck as she gasped, Yin. Oh my God! She lunged for her phone, heart racing as she fumbled to stop the audio, but the damage was already done. Jungkook didn't say anything at first, and then, "Jungkook, leave it." Her head snapped up to look at him, wide-eyed. Jungkook smirked, his grip tightening slightly on the steering wheel. "Jungkook, I'm taking notes." Heat rushed to her face so fast she thought she might pass out. "Yin." "Jungkook, stop." He chuckled, but there was something different about it this time. Something darker. "Jungkook, didn't know you were into that kind of stuff, princess." "Yin. I am not, it was just I forgot it was playing." "Jungkook." He didn't sound convinced. Her hands covered her face in embarrassment. "Yin, please just forget that happened." "Jungkook, not a chance." She groaned, slumping in her seat as he kept driving, the tension between them suddenly very different from before. And she had a feeling things were never going to be the same again. The air inside the car grew thick, charged with an undeniable tension as Jungkook's smirk deepened. His hand still rested casually on the gear shift, but his dark, hooded eyes were entirely focused on you. "Yin, taking notes, huh?" You teased, attempting to inject some lightness into the moment, but your voice came out breathier than you intended. Jungkook leaned closer, his breath ghosting over your skin. "Jungkook, you tell me, baby. Should I take notes or demonstrate?" His voice was low, teasing, but there was an edge to it. A promise that made your stomach flip. Your mouth opened, but no words came out. Your body reacting. Before your mind could catch up, the sound of the still playing audiobook filled the silence. The narrator describing something sinful, and Jungkook chuckled under his breath before reaching over and turning it off. "Jungkook, we don't need that," he murmured, his fingers brushing against your thigh as he pulled back slightly. "I'd rather hear you." A shiver ran down your spine at the implication, and your thighs instinctively pressed together. His sharp eyes didn't miss a thing. The car was parked now, tucked away in a secluded spot not too far from your house but far enough that no one would suspect anything. Jungkook's fingers traced slow circles over your knee, traveling higher inch by inch, testing your limits, your patience, your resolve. "Jungkook, tell me to stop," he whispered against your ear, his lips brushing against the shell of it. "But you didn't. You couldn't." Instead, you turned to him, your fingers curling around the front of his hoodie, pulling him closer until your lips crashed into his. The kiss was nothing like before, nothing innocent, nothing teasing. It was hot, hungry, filled with the kind of frustration that had been building between you two for far too long. Jungkook groaned against your lips, his hands gripping your waist, pulling you into his lap in one swift motion. The steering wheel dug into your back, but you hardly noticed, too consumed by the way his hands explored your body as if he had been waiting for this forever. "Jungkook, FCAC baby," he murmured between kisses, his lips trailing down your jaw, your neck. "You have no idea how long I've wanted this." Your fingers tangled in his dark hair, tugging slightly, earning a deep, guttural groan from him. His hands gripped your hips, pressing you down onto him, letting you feel just how much he wanted this too. The car windows were fogging up, the small space filled with nothing but heated breaths and desperate touches. His hands slipped beneath your shirt, fingertips dancing across your skin, making you arch into him, craving more, needing more. "Yin." Jungkook, his name slipped past your lips, a plea, a demand. His grip tightened on your waist as he tilted his head back, eyes dark and hooded. "Jungkook, tell me what you want. Baby, say it." Your heart pounded in your chest, your body burning with desire. You didn't care about the consequences, about what this meant for your brother, for the dynamics that had existed before this moment. Right now, all that mattered was Jungkook and the way he was making you feel. Jungkook, I want you. His lips were on yours again in an instant. The kiss deep, possessive. The car creaked slightly under your movements, the only sounds filling the space being your soft gasps and his low groans. Jungkook pulled back just enough to rest his forehead against yours, his chest heaving. Jungkook, you sure? Your hands cupped his face, thumbs brushing over his cheekbones. Yin. More than anything, that was all he needed to hear. The next moments blurred together, clothes shifting, hands roaming, bodies pressing impossibly closer. Jungkook was everywhere, touching, kissing, whispering things that made your skin flush hotter. The car ride had turned into something else entirely, a ride on him, like you had teased, only now it was real. And the way he held you, the way he guided you, the way he made sure you felt every single second of it. You knew you'd never look at car rides the same way again. Sneaking inside your house had never been this thrilling or this dangerous. Jungkook moved like a shadow, his presence behind you both comforting and electrifying. Your brother was still awake, his voice carrying from the living room as he talked on the phone, oblivious to the fact that his best friend had just slipped through the front door with you. Your hand wrapped around Jungkook's wrist, dragging him toward your room as silently as possible. The moment the door clicked shut behind him, he was on you again, pressing you against it with a smirk that sent heat pooling in your belly. Jungkook, you like sneaking me in, huh? His voice was barely above a whisper, but the teasing lilt in it made your pulse race. Yin, shh, you warned, pressing a finger to his lips, but he took the opportunity to capture it between his teeth, nipping gently before sucking it into his mouth. A whimper escaped before you could stop it. Jungkook chuckled darkly. Jungkook, gotta be quiet, baby, unless you want your brother to find out. The challenge in his eyes made you both excited and terrified. His hands roamed your body with slow, deliberate touches, knowing exactly how to unravel you without making a sound. He pushed you backward until the backs of your knees hit the bed, making you fall onto the mattress with a soft gasp. Jungkook followed, his body covering yours as his lips trailed down your neck, leaving open-mouthed kisses, teeth grazing, but never biting. His hands slid beneath your oversized shirt, finding bare skin, making you squirm beneath him. A sudden noise from outside your brother moving in the hallway made Jungkook pause, his body tense over yours. Your breath hitched as the doorknob jiggled slightly, and you swore your heart stopped. Jungkook's eyes met yours, filled with amusement and something darker. Instead of pulling away, he pressed even closer, his lips brushing against your ear as he whispered, Jungkook, guess we really have to be quiet now. Your brother eventually walked away, the sound of his footsteps fading, but the tension remained. Jungkook's hand slipped between your thighs, fingers teasing, eyes never leaving yours. Jungkook, think you can keep quiet for me? He murmured, his lips ghosting over yours, the promise of something sinful lingering between you. And in that moment, you knew this was only the beginning of a very dangerous game.